shortly after death of founder of Soviet Union in 1924. A popular poet comforted an excited suffering country with words: Lenin lived. Lenin lives. Lenin will live. A century later, the once ubiquitous of Vladimir Lenin was largely an afterthought in modern Russia. Despite famous lines from revolutionary writer Vladimir Mayakovsky, the Red Square Mausoleum, where his mummified corpse lies in an open sarcophagus, is no longer place of almost obligatory pilgr, but a site of lurid kitsch. Open only 15 hours week. It attracts much fewer visitors than the Moscow Zoo. The train held at St. Petersburg's Finland station to commemorate his return from exile was hit by a that left a large hole in the back. Many streets and neighborhoods bearing his name were rechristened. The ideology that Lenin advocated and spread over a wide region is a kind of sideshow in modern Russia. Although Communist Party is the largest opposition group in parliament, it holds only 16 of seats and is being crushed by President Vladimir Putin's political power base. United Russia. Lenin turned out to be completely unnecessary and unnecessary in modern Russia. Historian Konstantin Morozov of the Russian Academy of Sciences told the AP. Communist Party leader Gennady Zyuganov speaks as if Lenin was still in office. 100 years have passed since the day his great and good heart stopped. The second century of Lenin's immortality begins. He said. Putin himself seems inclined to keep Lenin at a distance, even throwing darts at him. In a speech 3 days before the invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Putin rejected Ukraine's sovereign status, calling it an illegitimate legacy from Lenin's reign as a separate republic within the Soviet Union. As a result of Bolshevik policy, Soviet Ukraine emerged, which even today can rightly be called Vladimir Ilyich Lenin's Ukraine. He is a writer and architect, Putin said. In his speech a year ago, Putin said that giving Ukraine and other republics the so-called right to secede had placed the most dangerous time. Whatever objections to these policies, Putin is clearly aware of emotional hold Lenin holds on many Russians and does not support periodic attempts to remove body from mausoleum. I believe that this situation should be left it is, at least as long these things exist. And there are many people who attribute their lives, their destiny and some of the achievements of the Soviet period to this. Such connections can continue for decades. A 2022 public opinion poll by state pollster VTSIOM found that 29% of Russians believe Lenin's influence will have diminished so much that in 50 years he will be remembered only by historians. But this response was only 10 percentage points lower than the response to the same question a decade earlier. This shows that Lenin still maintains his importance. Lenin's influence on heart of Russia remains so strong that 3 years ago the Russian Union of Architects succumbed to public outcry and cancelled a co.